You are now listening to Mighty Champions Action Figure Radio.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Mighty Champions Action Figure Radio. If you're into action figures, toys, collectibles, you have reached the right place. My name is John Sargent.
And my name is Christian McGann.
We have got a hot one loaded up for you this time. We are going to give you our trust scale about something going on in the toy world. We're also going to do an Ultimate Collector's Countdown. And this time around, we are focusing on Batman, little known character that you may have heard of, Batman. We've also got our Toy Soldier figure flashback, and of course, we are going to talk about the news in action figures this week. And buddy, there's a lot, some big heavy news this time around, especially in the Marvel Legends space. You guys can subscribe to us wherever you're hearing our voice right now, or anywhere they got podcasts. While you're doing that, you might as well leave a review. Take your little index finger, tap on those 5 stars, move on with your day. Doesn't mean a heck of a lot to you, means the world to us. It helps us grow, helps more people find our voices, and they can hear what we have to say about toys. But other than that, Christian, how's your week been?
Week has been pretty good, man. Shoulders acting up again, so haven't really been able to hit too much in the cage, but I already told you this, but share with the listeners.
Yeah, you had a big week.
Had a big week, yeah. So, I've been playing baseball for 5 years, and over the course of those 5 years, I've worked.
For those of you that are not in baseball or not in sports in general, don't take that as him saying, I've been playing baseball for 5 years. You've only been
playing baseball for 5 years. Never had played before. Didn't know really any of the game, how to swing, how to hit, how to throw, any of those things like that. But I worked ungodly, ridiculously hard. It has been an obsession, and it is even more of a growing obsession of just getting the best that I can at this game. I've played for a team for 4 years now. And I wanted to challenge myself a little bit more and just kind of see where I ranked in a league that's a little bit more competitive. To give scale, a lot of ex-college, like people right out of college or current college, and then ex-professional, kind of still in that rank. So very good players. And I tried out for this league, still playing for my same team. But this is kind of just like a separate league, separate games, so it kind of works out. And tried it out, and I ended up passing with flying colors. And
heck yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Thank
awesome.
you, man. Yeah, I got drafted to a team, so I feel very good about that. I think a lot of this week was just sort of, being like, all right, like, kind of locking in mentally, not feeling like I'm, getting too nervous or too full of doubt of myself or anything like that. But yeah, it's been pretty good. And so I think, I feel like this year in particular is like what I feel like is going to be the great experiment of 2025, right? Like a lot of new things happening. I'm very much, and you're very much this way, where we're both kind of just, I'm going to go ahead and say it, we're kind of Renaissance men, right? We do a lot of things, right? I'm a personal trainer. You own a gym. You were a trainer for 10 years, right? So we've been in the game for that space for a long time. Doing baseball. I do vocals for a band, 2 podcasts. There's a lot to manage. And so that's another thing I feel like is like, how can I manage all of these different outlets? But at the end of the day, I feel like you probably can speak to this in the same way, where it's like, if it strikes like lightning in your brain, you're not going to be able to sleep at night unless you can do it.
Well, I mean, what are we doing if we don't have passion, right?
100%.
If you do have passion for something and you're not doing anything with it,
yeah,
why not? I mean, you're not going to be able to give me a good reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you're not going to have all green lights if you're waiting for this thing to change in your life or that thing to change in your life so that you could start doing something. That's never going to come. Just start doing it.
Yeah.
You've only got one life.
Yeah.
So go for it.
Exactly.
I'm not trying to YOLO, but like, it's true.
I mean, it's a reason why it's a cliche, because it's true.
Yeah.
And I think, I get a lot of times people will ask me, Or like
and doing stuff like what you did to go do a tryout for a baseball team, that's terrifying.
Oh, it was
right. You were
horrifying.
super nervous ahead of time, like in like the act, like in the moment of it. It's like the nerves and whatever it is that somebody wants to be doing that they're not doing it because they're scared.
Yeah.
Being scared is not a reason to not do something. Everybody's scared. You just do it anyway.
You know, and I'll speak on that even more so. When the idea popped in my brain, it was about 11 o'clock at night, and I was laying in bed trying to sleep, and I realized how much it was like radiating in my brain to the point where I couldn't sleep. And I realized from that point, holy crap, this might actually be something I need to do, because maybe not all the time, but especially in the space of going for it and kind of talking about going for it, whatever it is that you want to go for, if you have that gut feeling where it's almost this undeniable, like, internal knock on your door, then you kind of just know. And if you're terrified, it's probably the most important thing you do.
Yeah.
And
there's a thin line between excited and terrified.
Yeah.
The body feels the same way.
Exactly.
And it's tough to identify those two things. But if you're feeling that feeling about something that you know that you're like passionate about, you're probably super excited about it, which means you care, which means you're going to be scared. I have a tattoo of the Grim Reaper on my arm, which is a reminder to me, like, it's coming for all of us. Might as well check everything off and leave a biography that somebody would want to read.
Yeah.
And my next tattoo is going to say thrill of victory, agony of defeat, which is another way of saying, like, you can't hit the ball if you don't swing.
100%.
Like, you cannot get the glory if you're not willing to risk failure.
Yeah, I mean, I always tell my clients, and I have a podcast where this is exactly what I talk about every single episode, called the Max Effort Podcast. And yeah, I mean, it's like I would rather like suffer and fail at the hands of something I love than suffer and fail at the feet of something I hate. And the other thing too is, like, I don't want to be buried in my own good ideas.
Yeah.
Right. And so this podcast is an example of that, of you and I just being like, man, like, we love this so much that what if we chose to go after it? And like, yeah, we already have like relatively busy lives, but you know, people will ask me like, man, like, you do so much. Like, I don't understand how you do that. Well, it's all I do. You know, like, we live and breathe this. And
it's all stuff you want to do.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, it's some stuff, like just having a job in general is a means to an end.
Yeah.
But you want the results, so you do it, right?
Yeah.
So we're not doing. Nobody's making us do anything but us.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I had a really similar kind of mind shift where I decided I'm going to move into the advanced class at martial arts, which what that technically means is committing to the idea of pursuing a black belt, which in sports terms is like going to medical school, right? It's a big commitment, a big undertaking, but I was like, you know what? Why not? Like, why not just be like, yeah, I'm also going to work on getting a black belt.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so I had started that ball in motion. I'll jump into that in a couple of weeks. Yeah, so that was like a pretty big decision. Like you're saying, like, my brain was going, you're already got this, and this. What's one more? I can
guarantee, in knowing you, it's like, I can guarantee you if that thought popped up in your head and you were like, oh, I'm going to put that in the back seat. It's like, dude, you're similar to me where you probably would just be like tossing and turning at night because you know at some point it's just destiny.
Yeah, I just really can't procrastinate. I'm like incapable of procrastination. Like it might, like, I have the first instinct to procrastinate, like I think all humans do, and then there's just a second instinct that is a much louder voice, which is, it's not even like an external motivator like some person from my past or my dad or Captain America or whatever. It's just another version of me that goes, get off your ass and go do it.
Yeah.
Because then you're doing it.
Right.
And you're not thinking about doing it and wasting time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of how I'm wired. I don't really know how how else to explain it.
It's a 1% category of person.
Yeah. In the toy space, did you pick up anything new? Do any shopping?
Man. After last week's episode, I was fired up on some toys, and drove over to Bat City Toys and picked up two Beetleborgs.
Yes.
Which is hilarious because I've never seen an episode of Beetleborgs ever. I think it aired for one season, I believe. But
it's like a Power Rangers knockoff.
It's Bandai, yeah. It's Power Rangers knockoff. There's like a weird Joker-esque looking bad guy. I don't know what his name is.
It's Street Sharks to Ninja Turtles.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's the thing. I've never seen it. Don't even know what their names are. I picked out the same way that we talked G.I. Joes. I was like, this guy looks sick. I'm taking him. But I remember specifically going to a movie gallery in Bastrop, Texas when I was younger, there was a movie gallery and a Blockbuster. For some reason, we would like frequent both. I don't know why. We would like sometimes go to movie gallery, sometimes go to Blockbuster. Maybe movie gallery was cheaper. I don't know. But there was Beetleborgs, and for some reason it just stuck with me. Literally that one moment of just seeing those toys or the characters, and I was just like, I just have to have that, whatever it is. And then I remember seeing one of my friends in passing had Beetleborgs, and then I was like, okay, it's destiny from that point.
So you've just been living a life being like, I wish I had Beetleborgs until a couple days ago?
I mean, yeah, well, it was going to be an on-deck collection.
Okay.
I was going to talk about it, and not even that it's like something that I'm, like, again, it's not something I'm like, oh, I got to go after it, but it was like, that would be a fun one if I see it. They were $9.99. Yeah.
Why not?
You know, I went there with the intent to get Power Rangers. And the only downside, which I was kind of like, you know, discouraged at, was the fact that it was like, rather than being able to buy, because I just wanted to get a couple. Like I just wanted, because we have a shelf above our TV, and I've got like a couple like 90s Power Ranger toys that kind of go up there. There's like a chicken nugget up there. There's a Sylvester cat, like just kind of like goofy, quirky little toys.
Okay.
And so I was like, I want to put them up there.
Miscellaneous.
Yeah, exactly. But all vintage, you know. But he was selling them only as like groups, so it was like these things, and I was like, oh well, like I don't really want to do that. And thankfully the Beetleborgs were $9.99 each, so I might even go back and get the rest of them if they're still there, just because they look so cool. But yeah, that's an official purchase by me.
Excellent.
How about you? I can already see things.
A couple of things I'm going to have to hold off until we get to the news.
Okay.
Because it's just naked retention strategies to get people to listen longer. A couple of things are just tied to the news, so we'll get there. But I did go to Target on a grown-up mission and came back with a kid's accomplishment.
Oh, yes.
I don't know what I was going for. Grown-up stuff, work stuff. I don't remember. But what I came away with was the G.I. Joe classified retro card Cobra Commander, and this is, I think, 3 consecutive episodes where you pointed out to me, what about this? And then I had it in hand the next week. So yeah, I got my Cobra Commander, the retro one, like the just straight up classic, a real American hero, blue battle helmet. I haven't opened it yet. I'm gonna do that today.
Awesome.
He's gonna go right up on top on that classified shelf up there. So I grabbed that. I also grabbed off eBay. You can see on this Marvel Knights shelf. I got the comic book backer for my Marvel Knights shelf.
Oh, cool.
And then also in the news, there's going to be some stuff coming that's going to be filling out that shelf as well. I have decided what I'm going to do with the 10-inch Justice League figures.
Okay.
So y'all keep your eyes peeled for some kind of video somewhere about that. I'm going to do like an unboxing of all 8 of the figures that I've gotten and where I'm going to place them. So that'll be a ton of fun. But and then there's a couple other things that I pre-ordered and purchased that we will save until we get to the news time.
Cool.
Yeah. So kind of a light week.
I got to bring this up now that it's at the top of my mind. But we did the episode of the top 5 figures or whatever that never existed, which for me, again, it really wasn't. It was just me like riffing because of like what I thought would be cool. I was wrong. I created an entire thing that already existed.
What?
Can you take a guess? You may not even remember them.
You had said something didn't exist and you were wrong, and it does exist. That's what you're saying.
It does exist.
I don't remember what it
Okay,
was.
I did the Brood Build-A-Figure line.
There is one.
There is one.
It's still brewed, by the way.
Brood, whatever. Brood, food.
Good.
Yeah, so for some reason when I Googled it, when I was building the idea, didn't pull up. When I see it in passing, like on Instagram, and I was like, wait a minute, what? I go in there and I look it up and I'm like, well, sure as daylight, it's there. It's OG, not even OG, it's like right when Hasbro took over. And
So it's Hasbro.
It is Hasbro. So again, it would be off my radar.
Okay.
The thing is though, the figures to build it, bonkers. I'm like, mine is definitely better. So we have like a classic Captain America with like the triangle type shield, like the actual shield, not the round one.
So like the World War II Captain America.
Pretty much, yeah. Bucky. We have Colossus, but from the X-Men movie, I'm assuming Last Stand.
What the heck?
And then there's a Cyclops, and then I believe there's a Jean Grey, so those might be the only two. But the Cyclops it's not the Uncanny Cyclops, and it's not the Jean Grey from that. It's, I think, Black Knight, maybe?
So these are Hasbro Marvel Legends, then it's a Build-A-Figure wave to make Brood.
Yes. But they're like nothing to do with the actual story.
That's so weird.
It is weird. So
and that wave doesn't even have anything to do with one another.
No, it doesn't. And that's why I still feel like mine was a better idea.
Yeah.
Because it made sense to the actual story. So I'm putting that out there as I was wrong, but I'm still right.
A little follow-up.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Now it is time for the part of the show where we get into the stuff that y'all want to talk about, and that is the Toy Soldier figure flashback. This is always a ton of fun for us because we get to hear from you guys about the stuff that you're excited about. So we want you to send your passion and your enthusiasm about whatever figure you loved when you were a kid or you love today. Whatever you think we're not talking about. They're not talking about Masters of the Universe enough. They're not talking about Brimstone Love enough. They're not talking about Duke from G.I. Joe enough. And you've got a love and a passion for it? Let us hear it. Send us a voice memo, mightychampionsafr@gmail. You can send me a message on Instagram @mightychampions. You can send me a carrier pigeon, smoke signal. Get a hold of us. Let us know what you want to talk about. In this instance, we have got a message from Dak on Instagram. And he has got a figure that he wants to tell you guys about. Dak says, dude, I had this Punisher that came with a Daredevil crossover comic. He had like 24 points of articulation. They just don't make them like that anymore. Not sure on the series, but maybe the old Marvel Legends. It's a Daredevil crossover, but I remember loving this comic a lot. There's a scene where Frank is interrogating a blindfolded dude and threatening to use a blowtorch on him, but he uses a popsicle and the dude freaks out and gives up the info. The guns that came with the figure were sick too. I think the magazines came out and stuff kind of like G.I. Joe. Also, must have been like $12.99 max at the time.
It was probably about $8 at the time, Dak. But it was a clutch pull. So John showed me the photo of the Punisher that you sent, and it was a Marvel Legends Toy Biz Punisher. Welcome to the team.
And that comic is Punisher Warzone #1.
Yeah. Because he does it in the Thomas Jane movie. He does
it in
the
the
popsicle
Thomas Jane
scene.
movie, yeah, and it's one of my favorite comics because it's the one, I forget what the name for it is, but the skull is cut out of the cover and it's printed onto the first page on the inside. Cool. And it's a John Romita Jr. book. And, you know, those of you that are comic book fans, you have a feeling about John Romita Jr., whether it's incredibly positive or incredibly negative. The stuff that his skills lend to, he's amazing at. And Punisher is one of those things. He draws the Punisher like like Jake LaMotta from The Raging Bull. His nose is like smashed in and he just looks grizzled. I love that book so much. It goes so good with that figure. That is such an amazing figure. But yeah, that's Dax Toy Soldier figure flashback. Get at us, mightychampionsafr@gmail.com or at Mighty Champions on Instagram, and let us hear your figure flashback.
Who dare cross the Avengers?
It's Loki.
Wait! I forgot my shield. I think my mom has it.
I'm over here. Come on, guys. Hey, Mom. We're looking for Loki. Did you look over there?
A superhero in every aisle. The Avengers now at Target.
All right, now we're going to tell you guys about the toy trust scale. So, full disclosure, I completely and utterly stole this idea from Good Morning Football.
Okay.
I just thought it was amusing, and I thought that it would be funny to do in this context. So what we're going to do is give you guys something that we trust wholeheartedly, that you can absolutely count on no matter what. We're going to give you something that we don't trust at all, that you just have zero trust in. So that's your scale from 1 to 10. And then we're going to talk about something about toys that lands somewhere on that 1 to 10 scale. So I'm going to kick things off.
Kick it off.
I'm going to start with the thing that I don't trust at all.
Oh, okay.
Great clips.
What happened? What, John? Why are you wearing a hat?
Dude. So when I moved to Austin, I don't have like a barber here.
Sure.
There's really there really aren't like local barbers. There's not a guy whose name I know, and you know what I mean. He smells like cigarettes, and he only knows how to do fades, but like he hooks you up. That
What was the Seinfeld episode where he's like, it's Uncle Enzo, and then he's trying to get the nephew, and then it's Anyway.
That's just not here. So I go to Great Clips.
Okay.
You go from one McDonald's to another, you're getting the same fries. You go from one Great Clips to another, dude, who knows what's gonna happen?
To be fair, dude, so I go to Bird's Barbershop, and it's like a hipster Supercuts, but it's relatively the same thing every time. Like that's on you, man.
But it's crazy cheap.
Okay, that's
right?
fair.
But like, I get it.
Yeah.
It's cheap, and so you can't trust it. But brother, I do not trust it. Like I had one girl who was working at the one near where I work.
Okay.
And she was cutting my hair perfectly. I saw her maybe 3-4 consecutive times. The only downside was she brought up the movie Meet the Robinsons every time she cut my hair.
What?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is. What is that?
It's like an animated like kids movie. I think it's like Illumination or something. It is,
Okay.
Dude, it is deep cuts.
Okay.
The fact that she brought it up every time, and she'd
The
be
kids
like,
must be watching it every
no,
day.
she was like 22. And she'd be like, have you
Okay.
ever seen the movie Meet the Robinsons? Every time.
Why?
Every time, dude. But she cut my hair like perfect.
Did you ever watch it?
No. No, I wasn't like, let me watch Meet the Robinsons so I know what this girl who cuts my hair is talking about.
I mean, it might help with the conversation a little bit.
Then she leaves that place, so I go through 2, 3, 4 other people at this Great Clips, and just horror story after horror story. They're missing spots, or they're just not doing what I told them. Or the one lady I told you about when it happened that beat me up, she was using her other hand for like leverage and putting me in the Vulcan death grip with her like, and then smashing my head with the buzzers, and like I was like bruised. She beat the hell out of me. Then I found a Great Clips near my house, and I was like, great, that's more convenient for me, right?
Oh my
Then the
God.
girl who's cutting my hair there, she was doing a great job.
She's like, you ever seen the movie Shrek?
She was doing a great job, but she kept telling me about how her brother was in gangs and going to jail. She was just sharing like her family drama with me, but she was doing a great job cutting my hair. But then she left. Man, it's just you just don't know what you're gonna get when you go into a Great Clips. You just don't. So that's my
I love it.
That's my 1. Okay, let me take you on a journey for my 10.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, you're bored. Actually, you know what? Let me come at it from this angle.
Okay.
You and I have come to the same conclusion just in life, and maybe this podcast and the amount of people we know who listen to it, maybe this will change some things. Sharing videos with people is not a relationship. Quit sending me videos, okay? Not you, people, in general. That is not a friendship. That's not communicating. They're not funny.
Yeah, it's 9 times out of 10, yeah.
9 times out of 10, they're not funny. I didn't hear from you on my birthday, so don't send me a video of what happened in football this week like it's funny, because it isn't, right? I'm over the whole social media, like, explore page. I'm over the reels and the funny videos. They're not funny. Quit sending them to me, okay? Now, listen.
Okay.
If I was to send you a video, right, and you just saw the thumbnail, and you're thinking the same thing I'm thinking when I receive a video, I don't want this video.
Mm-hmm.
What if I sent you the video and on the thumbnail you saw somebody holding a rope swing?
I don't know.
Dude, can you trust the humor of anything more in this life than when you see a video of somebody holding a rope swing?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You know for a fact that it's going to be amazing.
That's a really good point.
Either there's a multitude of things that could happen once you hit play, but they're all going to be hilarious.
Yeah, that's actually true. Yeah.
You have the person who just simply can't grip the rope and slides down and never even gets any altitude, like their feet trail the ground the entire time.
Hey, that's been me several times. In fact, I don't think you're waking up some memories. I don't think I've ever been able to do a rope swing. I either brought the branch with me into the water, or I was skating on my kneecaps all the way in.
Yeah, dude, if you get some sort of acrobat, right, and they lift off and they get into the air, this video wouldn't exist unless something funny happened.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
So either they forget to let go and come back and hit the ground.
I love it.
Or they do a double, triple gainer and belly flop.
Yeah.
Or something every single time, 1,000% of the time that you see the thumbnail of someone holding a rope swing, I have full trust in that.
Rope swings are some kind of like sociological experiment. Go ahead, continue.
So that's my scale.
Amazing.
Somewhere between great clips and rope swing.
Okay. Well, that's pretty good.
And the thing I want to talk about is Target.
Okay.
Right? As an action figure distributor is Target. And I'm going to put them at an 8.75. They're up there. I can't quite get into the 9 or 10, but I do have a lot of confidence in Target. When a new wave of Marvel Legends comes out, which hasn't happened in a minute to Target anyway, they land on the release day. You can pre-order them on the app right when it's supposed to happen. And you can either go pick it up or you can have it delivered and that order will be fulfilled. It just will. When the new wrestling figures come out, they've got just the mainline wave or the Legends. Same thing. You can pre-order them and go get them or have them sent to you on the day that they're supposed to be released. If you choose to wait a day or a week or 2 weeks, they're going to go on sale because they probably ordered more than they need. Mm-hmm. Then they're going to go on super sale a little bit later on. And then if you just walk into a Target, you're going to find figures there. Like, you might already have them or they might not be on your checklist, but there are figures in there.
Yeah.
Like, you can't say that about everybody.
Right, that's true.
Like, Target is, at least in 2025 climate and expectations, they're delivering.
Yeah.
And honestly, just side note, GameStop is on the come up.
Okay, I can see that. GameStop is usually pretty flush.
Yeah. Yeah, so Great Clips is my 1, Rope Swings is my 10, Target's about an 8.75.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my 10 was going to I'll still say, I feel like I got 2 things. One being Denis Villeneuve.
Good call.
Blade Runner 2049, favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
Prisoners, favorite movie of all time. Arrival, favorite movie of all time. Sicario, like literally it doesn't miss. I mean, there's
massive hit rate.
Yeah, he's got movies that, I watched Enemy, I don't know. I just watched it out of like respect to him, but I don't really remember. I remember being like, okay, I don't really get it. But Everything else is amazing. The other 10 that I would say is pizza rolls. Which you gave me that idea, and you kind of opened my eyes to say, yes, I can fall back onto them. In fact, probably about 150 piece, if I'm being honest. Because pizza rolls has been there for me. I specifically remember a time back in the day when I lived in Bastrop, and I was, single, and I was sad, and I thought to myself, I'm gonna go get pizza rolls and a Mountain Dew and a bag of Funyuns.
Mountain Dew?
I don't know. I was feeling spicy that night.
You're pro Mountain Dew? You're a Mountain Dew guy?
I was, but I was just like, I was changing it up that night, So,
okay. The stranger. Okay.
I know. So I go pick it up. I'm fired up. Put them in the, I'm gonna eat the whole bag. So a bag of 50 chump change, and then watching pizza roll or
lightweight, baby.
Yeah, I'm eating pizza rolls and watching The Office at the time. Feeling very good, and then 15 minutes goes by, and then you realize, holy crap, I suck. I'm sad now. And so anyway, but I would say that's my 10.
Denny Villeneuve is a good shout, and pizza rolls actually, because the pizza rolls themselves never let you down. They're
Correct.
Consistent.
Correct.
Denny Villeneuve is a good shout for you. I appreciate him, but not on the same level that you do. I almost did the same thing. I almost went with James Gunn.
Okay.
Because he delivers every time out for me. I just thought it was a little too on point for what we always talk about.
Right.
But for you, that's actually
I mean, that's literally because I am so ultra specific when it comes. I mean, more than anybody about how specific I am when it comes to watching and consuming media. It's like it's just a thing for me, and for him, it's like bury me in those movies, because that's just like exactly what I want in movies. And what I do not trust kind of ties into what you were saying.
Great clips.
No, about the Target.
Oh.
My one is modern toys. I just don't. I can't trust them, man. I see you day after day after day after day just trying to buy a toy, and you cannot get it.
Yeah.
You have to go to the ends of the earth to get something that's already overpriced, and then by the time you get it, either you found it in some glorious,
a miracle
has taken place, or you spent $15 more than it was worth. And it's only getting worse because they are paying attention to the habits of modern collectors, and the modern collector is willing to spend more, so they're going to create more. They're going to make it way more expensive, and you're going to have a hard time finding it. If you don't pre-order it in time, you missed it. If you don't, you can't find it in public. You either gotta, what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, how do I feel like I can be in this state when everything is just like, when it's just unpredictable? You know what I'm saying? So modern toys for me is the thing I trust least.
Okay.
The thing that, go ahead.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're totally right.
Yeah.
You're totally right. There are instances where that is the fun of it, but it's increasingly less frequent that it's fun.
Yeah.
Honestly, when it comes to brand new stuff. I am somebody who I am on top of it when it comes to pre-ordering.
Yeah, you are.
I log when something's going to come out, and I pre-order it that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone doesn't have that luxury or that organization.
Right.
And if you miss it, it's real bad, honestly.
Yeah,
and like you've heard me say this, it's never going to get any cheaper.
No, it's not. It's only going to get worse, which is,
Yeah.
again, it's like, man, like, darn it. Because if I was somebody who was like, oh, I really want to order those 2-pack gamer packs, right? Or the Juggernaut that comes out, or the Maximum Hulk, or the Maximum Deadpool. And it's like, dude, like, I can't even really afford that because, like, it's so expensive. $60 is something that is like, all right, well, that's like gas money right there.
And
it's
oil change.
Yeah, and it's like, well, darn it. And this is only going to get worse. So if I ever want it, I either have to spend that money now, or it's just going to progressively get worse.
Yeah.
The thing that I say that I would put my trust in, and I've said this before, which is the past, right? Look to the past. Obviously the things that I love and what I collect, they've already happened. So I know that they are exactly everything that I had ever wanted them to be. So for me, the thing that I trust the most, the past.
That's a 10.
I think so.
There's no bad stuff in the past.
I mean, there are, but like, I'm not chasing the bad stuff. I'm chasing the good stuff.
Yeah.
And for me, like, yeah, there was stuff, and I could pinpoint it, and like, I can point out a Marvel Legends Toy Biz that looks god awful. I have one on my shelf. It's a Rogue. She looks terrible.
Yeah.
But I don't care because to me, they made it with such excitement. Like, they made it back then, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But the way that collector, we talked about this before, is that they're like, okay, if we throw in this amount of accessories, this should probably justify why it's $60 because there's 15 sets of hands. And then back then it was like, you know what? We're going to create a Captain America. This Captain America is going to look extremely comic accurate. And guess what? He's going to come with broken pieces of a tank and a beat down wall behind him and an American flag, and he's going to be able to stand on it with the American flag in his hand. It's a giant chunk of plastic that comes with it, but guess what? It is so Captain America, and I hope people love this. Thank you and good night.
Yeah, okay, you can stop saluting. Yeah, I don't know. I can't argue with you. We definitely represent two schools because you only go vintage.
Right.
And I can't say that you're wrong because you're not.
Right.
I love both, you know what I mean? I love brand new Marvel Legends, man.
I think they look amazing. There's temptation every time.
Nothing like it, and I don't think that when you adjust for inflation, I don't think $24, $25, $26 is really that different than $8, $9, $10, $11 in 1993. You know what I mean? So, and because like I said, I do my due diligence, but I'm plugged into the community, man, and I see the comments from the Gen Pop, and people are struggling when it comes to finding stuff or affording stuff, or like, the Deadpool gets announced and the immediate response is, Hasbro, you got to be out of your mind to think that people will pay $60 for this, or 50, I think it is. But guess what? They do.
They do.
All right. So, yeah, like I said, you're not wrong at all. But I guess I'm just willing to take it in the chops to get what I want.
Yeah.
And I do enjoy the hunt to an extent, not to the WWE Monday Night Wars extent, but Marvel Legends, yeah, I'll hunt those down. They're not really, I don't think any of them have totally passed me by unless it was my fault.
Yeah.
VHS 2-pack, Hydro Man, and Daredevil. Probably do a whole segment on the PTSD I have about that later on. But yeah, great. All right, so that was the trust scale. Now we can tell you guys about the monstrous news this week.
Well, LexCorp's going down. Whether it's me or Superman, who does it?
If it's Superman, that makes it news, and I'll be happy to print it.
All right, the news this week is a beast. Let's start things off with McFarlane.
Okay.
They announced a full wave, which I don't recall them actually showing stuff off in waves all that often. It's usually like a figure here and a figure there. But they've got like a Batman. McFarlane DC Multiverse is doing Batman figures. Can you believe it? They showed off Batgirl.
Yeah.
Looks like comic book kind of cartoon Batgirl with like the yellow symbol and the black on the front of the mask. It looks really good, actually. They also showed the Riddler, and I believe he's from Hush. Yes, he is. So it's the Riddler from Hush, kind of like a classic-ish Riddler, but definitely very like Jim Lee kind of look to him. And then they also showed off Scarecrow, and the Scarecrow is just like classic Scarecrow.
Yeah.
That's maybe the best Scarecrow figure I think
100%.
I've ever seen in my life.
Yep, I agree with that.
Like that is, he's got, I don't know if he's in the picture, he's got a skull in his hands. I don't know if that comes with the figure or not, because he's also in like a graveyard setting and all this kind of stuff. So,
right.
But the figure is just A+.
Very good. The red eyes look so sick.
Yeah. They also showed Black Mask as Batman. I don't know what story that's from. Beneath the Mask, I guess. Doesn't interest me, but it does look very cool.
Does look cool.
And then they showed Batman Incorporated Batman. which does nothing for me at all.
Yeah.
He's got like what I think is probably a glow around the bat symbol on his chest that just looks like spilled paint.
Yeah.
To me, I'm not interested in that one at all.
He does have a cloth cape from what it looks like.
I think McFarlane's getting. I think everything's cloth capes now. Not everything, but in recent releases.
Yeah,
you know
it looks
what I'm
like
saying?
it.
Yeah. And then G.I. Joe Classified, the best line going today, they put out the Legacy ECU Police Officer. Did you see this?
No, I didn't see it yet. You brought it up.
So it's just a street cop that's kind of tactical, geared up. He's got a police poncho, a riot shield,
awesome.
an M16, a baton, a riot helmet, and then he's got a African American head and a Caucasian head, and then his hands are gloves. So you can army build this thing and build a whole police force. You could use it as security in your wrestling display. You can use it for. It just is like multi-purpose.
This is actually really, really freaking cool.
Yeah,
I'm not even lying, bro.
And it looks amazing quality. Like the 9-year-old in you that's like really cool, action-oriented cop figure.
I couldn't have asked for anything better. Like I might even just get it just so I can open this thing.
These kind of, I don't mean this as a negative, but these generic G.I. Joes, firefighter, sniper, cop, they end up going on sale.
Yeah.
Because the Classified Joe fans, it's not a character, right? So I think they're a cool thing to exist, and I like that they go to clearance.
Yeah.
So
me too.
Let's see. Super 7 showed off a Tigra that's going to be in the Deluxe Thundercats line. That looks really good. I think they have fixed this line. I think Super 7 has remedied this Thundercats line, and I'm contemplating getting into it now. If I can get the heavy hitters on shelf, and I'm actually not sure what they cost. So if it's like $30, no. But if it's like 25-ish, then yeah, I think I will do that. Storm Collectibles showed off a King of Fighters 1998 Goro Daimon that looks just like astonishing, and it's only like $31. So I'm hoping that video game figures is a trend that is popping off, with the Street Fighter ones looking really good. That seems like that's becoming a thing. McFarlane also showed off a Doom character, and I believe a statue of Frozen Scorpion.
Yeah.
But that's Mortal Kombat 11. I don't get why they're still producing Mortal Kombat 11 titled things when they have Mortal Kombat Classics. It just makes no sense to me. Earlier today, I saw that Hiya Toys, which I think they're on the come up as well, showed off a Creed. Did you see this?
No, I didn't see it.
So it's Adonis Creed from the Creed movies, and he's got multiple looks. He's got his like training, just black and white, and then he's got his American flag, and that comes with like an entrance robe and headgear, just a bunch of different looks for it, like a white tank top. It looks like spectacular.
Cool.
The face sculpt leaves a little bit to be desired, but it is just very, very cool, and that's 1/12 scale. It's an actual like figure. In wrestling, before we get to the thing that we all came here for, there were images that dropped today as we record of the Ultimate Dudley Boys, and that's the like classic WWF Dudley Boys from 2000s in the blue camo. It's a 2-pack just like the Outsiders was, that comes in a box with both of them together, and it has like a wood grain to the box. Those look just freaking awesome. I love the Dudley Boys, but I hate Bubba Ray Dudley because we don't need to get into it. So I don't know that I need to buy another set of Dudley Boys when I already have ones that I like, but I am tempted. They also showed off the packaging for the Street Fighter crossover figures. The packaging looks cool. It's kind of like a little arcade stand with the figure inside of it. They showed off The Rock, Rey Mysterio, and Ultimate Warrior. I have developed a resentment for these Street Fighter figures.
Okay.
These WWE Street Fighter figures. I don't think that they need to exist in the world, and that they're a waste of plastic and shipping and resources.
It's weird because it just doesn't. It seems like that would be the perfect combination for someone like yourself.
And it is for a lot of people, I'm sure. And so here's where I'm at with it personally. I will accept the existence of these kind of, if you want to call them player 1 versions. I don't accept the existence of the player 2 versions. That's a step too far. We're already doing fantasy figures with green Ultimate Warrior. Okay, there are Street Fighter fans and there are wrestling fans. We don't need to be doing variants of fantasy figures.
That's fair.
That's a step too far for me, and I don't accept the existence of it getting shipped from China, and using the plastic. Like, quit it. Okay, now we can get into the Marvel Legends that were announced this week and kind of break this stuff down. So the first thing...
Very quickly, we don't have to spend a ton of time on it, but the Star Wars Hasbro Pulse...
yes.
Attack ship or gunship or whatever it was that we were so doubtingly...
Yeah. We gotta eat our hats.
I mean, I am almost convinced that they were just texting people that they know, please, I'll pay you back.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden, it was like, they literally was like, we have 6 hours left, and it was like 2,000 backers away. And then all of a sudden, they just had people.
I even said on the podcast, there's always a late push. There is always a late push. They crossed the finish line, at least what I saw, by 8. So
that's what I'm saying. That's what makes me think that even those people were probably like, all right, let's just like, hey, we'll get paid back if we sell really well.
Yeah, close enough is close enough, I guess. Like, do we really need to be that, specific? Like, they could just be like, if we get somewhere around here, we'll make them. So for the people that backed it and want it, I'm really happy for them. It's a very cool thing.
It is cool.
But I'm calling shenanigans on that it got backed.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, going over to the Marvel Legends, the first thing that, well, this isn't the first thing that they talked about, but it's the first thing I'm going to talk about is the Daredevil roleplay mask and billy clubs. I'm not buying these roleplay things, but I think they're very cool.
I do. I think they are cool.
That Magneto helmet was cool. The Wolverine mask is cool, and this is cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like for the Comic-Con people or the people that just want to sit there watching TV with Wolverine claws like I do. I just think it's a cool thing. They also showed the 2-pack of Star Fox and Champion. That is going to go up for pre-order on October 2nd. It's going to be a fan channel on Amazon. Looks cool. Neither one of them is on my checklist, but if you're doing a Cosmic shelf or a Guardians shelf or something like that, they're kind of necessary.
Yeah.
In that shelf, so a great addition to the Marvel Legends line in
Yeah.
general. Then they showed off the miniature comic wave that went up for pre-order already. Some of them are still available for sure, or maybe even all of them at time of recording are available. So the ones that they showed off here is that we kind of spoiled last week, actually. Beast. What do you think about that Beast?
I think the Beast looks so sick, man. Like, I guarantee you, if I saw that in the store hanging on a peg as an 8-year-old, 9-year-old, I would have been super fired up. Yeah. I think it looks awesome. Love the blue, love the yellow. Just the box looks amazing. Card looks amazing. Yeah, I'm about it.
Black Widow. I like this Black Widow. I'm not going to get it because I already have my definitive Black Widow and an on-card Black Widow. I don't need a third Black Widow. But this is the Black Widow from that cover, the Jim Lee cover with Captain America, Wolverine, and Black Widow. That's what this is representing.
Yeah.
So I think that there's going to be
cool.
a heavy demand for it.
Sure.
Silver Surfer.
Looks awesome.
Looks like Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong. It would have been cool if they would have included some cosmic powers effects, but I do like the pinless body. That's cool. I saw somebody commenting that they should have used magnets to attach them to the board because that's what Toy Biz did, and I didn't know that they did that. Why aren't we doing that?
There you go.
Excalibur Phoenix. Not on my checklist, not really on my radar. I don't really care about Rachel Summers, but it is a good-looking figure.
Yeah, I mean, the card looks sick. I think that's worth alone. The logo looks awesome.
Yeah. Farrell from X-Force looks just like Farrell from X-Force. I don't have a lot of knowledge of the character Farrell aside from reading the first handful of issues of the first run of X-Force and the Lost Ladies card that is in my 92 Marvel Masterpiece card set
Gotcha.
is a great card, and she's a cool looking character. I haven't really read or seen a lot of that character, so just not really on my radar. And then, in my opinion, the star of the show in this mini comic wave, Daredevil, in his like black sweatsuit jumpsuit, like the man with no fear. Speaking of John Romita Jr., instant pre-order for me.
Yep.
I pre-ordered this the moment that it went up for pre-order.
Which is exactly what we talked about in the episode where we said the greatest figures that have never happened, and we spoke this into existence, and we're waiting on our royalty
Yeah,
checks.
if you guys are following us on Instagram, you probably saw me say either Hasbro listens to this podcast or we just have the sickest ideas.
Yep.
Because like this thing it has like the white billy club. He's got the like a knockoff Adidas shoes on. It's a direct replica of that dope panel of him like running straight towards the camera, which is on the box as well. Just so good, dude. I know not everybody feels this way about this version, but it's just something that I've always loved.
Very, very cool.
They also showed a single release Secret Wars Iceman. That one goes up for pre-order October 7th, and that's going to be Fan Channel and Amazon and Pulse as well. So I think maybe something wacky happened with the Secret Wars line. Or actually, I take that back. Something wacky happened with World War II Wolverine. Because that got announced and hasn't been shown off. And I think this Iceman is replacing that. And I think they...
No, I saw that the Wolverine was like up for pre-order like last week or something.
No.
That's weird.
No, that one hasn't gone up for pre-order. Let's see. They also showed off a 2-pack from X-Men 90... Well, it doesn't say X-Men 97, but it is X-Men 97, which is a Deathbird and Gladiator 2-pack. That one's going up for pre-order on September 18th, and that's also going to be available pretty much everywhere. These are... Maybe I should say the X-Men 97 did a great job of replicating them from the comics, but this looks just like they looked on the show. So I guess it fits into multiple shelves. They both look really, really good. And they also showed off something that just made me drop to my knees and thank Stan Lee for ever having been born. And that is the Marvel Legends Gamerverse 2-pack Punisher and Nick Fury from the Sega Genesis game, The Punisher. Another thing that we absolutely spoke into existence. I have been begging the universe for a blue Punisher. The one that I wanted was from Spider-Man the Animated Series, but this blue Punisher definitely fits the bill for that. And the other thing that I purchased this week is this trench coat. Brown trench coat for a 1/12 scale figure, because I'm going to put it on this Punisher, and I'm going to turn him into the animated series Punisher, and I'm going to put him in my animated series shelf.
Awesome.
And then the Nick Fury is going to go on my Marvel Knights, my Marvel Knights shelf, which is not in my mind. It isn't exactly Marvel Knights. It's just sort of street level-y, gritty, anti-hero-y kind of.
Yeah. Because at first, I mean, if he was a regular Nick Fury wearing like the black
the shield,
would he go with the Avengers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I guess he could go on either one, but yeah, I have loved this video game since I was like a little kid, and the actual Genesis game had skyrocketed in cost, and I hadn't had it until they put out the Capcom Fighting Collection.
Okay.
And it was on there, so I've been playing it for the last 6 or 8 months or a year
so
or
it's
whatever.
just fresh in your mind.
It's just fresh in my mind, and it's so just the visuals and the sounds. It's just like, so when they showed this off with the background thing, with the grenades and the explosions that come with it, honestly, the suitcase full of money alone, I think is amazing. Like I can't recall any figures coming like we were saying with the G.I. Joe, just stuff, or you were saying about that Captain America, stuff that adds value and makes it cooler and funner.
Yes.
A briefcase full of money makes everything cooler.
Yeah.
It makes all of your toy collection has the possibility to have that briefcase full of money. like the figure photographers, I'm sure, are going nuts over that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I am all the way boned up for that. That one will go up for pre-order. I think I might have lost when that is.
September 25th.
September 25th, and that is everywhere? Walmart.
It's nope, it's Fan Channel plus Amazon.
Oh, perfect. So if you guys are like me and you're organized and you just logged the date and you should be able to get this, right? Like you should, if you're there when it goes up for pre-order, then you'll be solid. Any other news that you needed to talk about?
No, I don't think so. Well, that was the big drop. It was funny because whatever one of the guys' name was I guess works for Hasbro Marvel Legends.
Livestream.
Yeah, he was all like, there was like a thread he posted that was like, it's not that big of a deal. We're not going to really reveal that much.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So we were kind of anticipating like, oh, maybe they're just going to drop like one or two things here. And then they drop some heat.
And then they drop some bombs.
Yep.
Okay, now we're going to shift over to Ultimate Collector's Countdown.
Out of the shadows he arrives, the guardian of the night. He's Batman. The Joker is struck again. Now he must face the Batmobile, a vehicle with immeasurable force and speed. Nothing can stand in the way of this unstoppable machine. You can run, but you can't hide, because Robin's cycle separates to surround you from all sides. Game over, Joker. It's time to fight crime. He's Batman. Batmobile vehicle. You put it together, 6-inch figures each sold separately. Money bag not included.
Christian and I have come up with some categories that we can apply to all sorts of characters across all sorts of properties, and then decide which versions of said character, in this instance Batman, fit into that, and then what's the best figure for that version, right? So we're doing Batman this time around, and the categories are as such: Elseworld, video game, cinematic, animated, comic accurate, right? So we've each got our version and then our figure for that version that fits into that. Get at us at Mighty Champions. Seba, we are trying to record a podcast. Get at us at Mighty Champions and hit us with your choices for these as well, because we'd love to hear it, honestly. Okay, so we're going to kick things off with number 5, Elseworlds.
Okay.
So first of all, before we really dive into it, you and I both love Batman.
Correct.
You and I love very different versions of Batman.
Correct.
You
will learn this today.
You love gun-toting murder Batman. Don't be shy.
I'm not.
Tell the people. You love gun-toting murder Batman. You love more variants of like his look and things like that, depending on the story that it came from or whatever. I'm more straight down the line, like traditional kind of like Batman.
Yes.
Many versions of that, as we're about to find out. But we thought this would be interesting to do a character that we both love, but love very differently. So what is your choice for an Elseworlds Batman?
So I was deep diving, and there actually was a DC Direct line called Elseworlds, and I didn't really see about how much they covered. They had one specifically for Batman. And normally I'm always going to go with DC Direct, and I almost did, but I decided to challenge myself a little further, do a little bit more research, see if there was anything else that came out that surrounded the Elseworlds kind of Batman sphere. And what I came up with, I already kind of mentioned to you a little bit, but the Gotham by Gaslight, I feel like is such a cool design. Because it's like Victorian era, right? The story is him in, I think it's like Gotham.
It's like steampunky, right?
Nah, it's not. It's like like Sherlock Holmes-esque type.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. I think it's Gotham. I'm pretty sure it's Gotham.
It's not steampunk. Interesting.
Yeah, there might be some steampunk elements to it, but it's not like freaking Wild Wild West with Will Smith. It's like it's him basically tracking down Jack the Ripper.
Okay.
So it's like.
Yeah.
What a beautiful story it is to tell. But I went with Mezco, which is super random for me, because normally I'm not really that big of a fan of the Mezco toys, because they just, I like, there's something about the build. They just look like they're The face looks great. The body is kind of funky. It's just sort of like too compressed or whatever. But the Mezco Gotham by Gaslight action figure, which I think is 10 inches. I don't know how tall they are. 8 inches. I'm not sure. 1/6 scale, maybe something like that. I'm not sure. But it just looks amazing. All of the accessories that it comes with, the different heads, the face, the way that they did the cowl and the way that it fits his face, it just looks perfect. He doesn't wear a cape, but he wears like a trench coat type thing. And no white eyes, which I love the white eyes, but I also love the look of, having his eyes visible without they wear like the black makeup to make their eyes even more. But this one is just like, it's just a mask that he wears. So that's mine, man. What about you?
So like we kind of touched on, I really don't like wild variations.
Right.
And honestly, I did not even enjoy choosing an Elseworlds one because I went through all the ones that are kind of, to my knowledge, right? Like Green Lantern and all these like different kind of ones and Gotham by Gaslight and all this kind of stuff. And I just kind of sat there being like, ugh, about essentially all of them.
Yeah.
Except for Kingdom Come, right? So
that's a good one.
The Kingdom Come Batman with like the armor. And like the huge chest plate that's part of the armor. It kind of reminded me of the Dark Knight Returns, or honestly, it kind of looks like something Kenner would have come up with.
Sure.
Is kind of what it like reminded me of, because it has like the high collar of armor, and then the glowing eyes. I was like, you know what? That to me doesn't look like something that someone who hates Batman came up with, because a lot of the Elseworld stuff makes me think someone went, ugh, I don't like Batman, so let me do this.
I mean, do you like What If? Like, What If is the same version? It's like, what if this happened instead?
I don't.
Okay.
Most of the time.
I mean, I think the TV...
I'm not talking about the stories. I'm just talking about the way that the characters look a lot of the time.
There is opportunity, though. Batman is so... There's so many... Like, if I have so many... In fact, I was fired from a full-time job back when I worked a cubicle. And part of why I was fired was not working and doing the actual job. And what I spent doing while not working was writing Batman fan fiction. And a lot of those ideas that I had, sometimes it is just there's a versions of Batman that I'm writing that can fit in some universes and fit in other universes. Because what if I told this random story about like this thing that would not normally be there, but guess what? It would be a amazing Batman. I mean, The Dark Knight Returns is essentially that. It's an Elseworlds. It's this depiction of him as 50 to 60 years old, So
I went with the Kingdom Come one, and then I am going DC Direct.
Okay. I love it.
So there's the Kingdom Come line.
Yes.
And then there's also like the, what is it called? The reactivated. It's just a re-release of the same figure in a different box. But and you can kind of tell they use the body from like Justice League Unlimited or something like that. He's got skinny legs and all that kind of stuff. But it does just look really cool.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the one I went with.
I'm down for that.
Next category up is... Video games. So you're not a huge gamer.
Not anymore. Not as much. But in terms of Batman games, I love the Arkham games. Okay. Right? And there's probably more action figures out there. Maybe for the Gamerverse. I think McFarlane did a lot of those. It was like Batman Beyond from Arkham. So it was like kind of like this third-party version of this character. But I just kind of decided that I wasn't really going to go that route. And instead, I was going to try to find what like the best Arkham figures were. And what I came away with was, this is fairly recent, probably within the last like 7 to 8 years, DC Collectibles Arkham 5-pack.
What?
Yes. Bruce Wayne. And it comes with Arkham City, Arkham Asylum, and Arkham Origins. They're all together. To me, why can't they do that with every figure? Like every Batman. Give me a Bruce Wayne and give me like 4 other iterations of Batman, right? One with the yellow chest insignia, big bat, whatever. Like, I want all of that.
Whoa, dude, that is so fire. Oh my God. Yeah. I didn't know that existed.
Yep.
I didn't. I think my brain shuts down DC collectibles because I'm late to the game on them, and every time I see them, it's a dollar amount that makes me go, "Well, nope." That's
Yeah,
that,
unfortunately.
especially where it concerns Batman.
Yes.
Excellent choice.
Cool.
Excellent choice. You're probably gonna ding me for cheating on this one.
Okay.
I am I'm an ultra fan of the Arkham series. I have played all the games through over and over and over again. I have custom Chucks that are, one of them is the left shoe is Batman and the right shoe is Joker from Arkham City.
Okay.
I am genuinely, I have the graphic novels. I have the little Batman statue over there. I am obsessed with the Arkham games. I don't like the way that Batman looks in those games. Like,
I always change the suit.
yeah,
Always.
as soon as it gives you the option to change the suit, I'm changing the suit.
Okay.
So I didn't choose that because I don't actually like the way that he looks.
That's what I struggled with, but a 5-pack of Batman and a Bruce Wayne,
Yeah.
I made an exception.
So I kind of cheated.
Okay.
So the look from a video game that I wanted to go with is Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe.
Ooh.
Yeah. That
Okay.
figure doesn't exist though.
Wow. Holy moly.
So what I went with was McFarlane DC Multiverse Detective Comics 1000,
Okay.
which is the same look. It's big crest, gray suit,
Yeah.
black cowl, yellow belt, kind of traditional, kind of standard. But if I had this figure in without a box and I told you it was from Mortal Kombat versus DC, you'd believe me. That's what he's wearing in the game.
Cool.
So that's the one that I went with.
Awesome.
The next category is cinematic. So this is where I know we're going to have some huge difference and maybe even a debate. We might get into a fight.
Highly likely.
All right, hit me.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you already know who I went with.
I know who you went with.
For sure. I love Batman versus Superman. I think Ben Affleck is the GOAT. And I like Robert Pattinson, love the Batman. But challenge yourself. Imagine the Batman and take Robert Pattinson out of it with that suit and everything like that, and put Ben Affleck's Batman from Batman v Superman and have the entire movie be what it is with that Batman, and the world takes a knee. United once and for all.
Okay, we're in agreement that Ben Affleck is great as Batman.
Correct.
We are in agreement on that.
I love the depiction of him.
As where we differentiate is BVS is the wet poops. But I do think in another universe where Ben Affleck's script for a standalone Batman movie gets made, that movie is the best Batman movie ever.
Man, the warehouse...
If he directs it.
The warehouse fight scene, the best Batman fight scene of all time, no question asked. And you know that. There's no other fight scene that tops it.
I can't argue with you, but I think it has more to do with how bad all the other Batman fight scenes are, more than how good that one is. It is good.
That one is good. Rewatch it.
It is good. I'm not saying that it's not good, but I'm saying that because all the other Batmans are wearing a freaking suit of knight armor, they can't fight.
Dude. He gets shot in the back of the head, and it just bounces off because his cowl is like metal, and he's like, "Ugh." He stabs a guy in the arm and then walks up to him, and then you see him reach for his groin, and then it changes the scene.
Yeah, I don't need that.
That's crazy.
In my Batman at all.
That's crazy. Henry Cavill lands on his car, rips the doors off. Batman stands up. He says, "Next time they shine your light and whatever, don't go to it." And then he says, "Tell me, do you bleed?" Holy crap. I watched that scene the other day, and I was like, I stood up as if I was Ben Affleck in my underwear, and I saluted. And then
oh, did you now?
Cut. No, I'm kidding. So I think that's amazing. I love that character. You're going to love this even more. First one I went with, I added 2 in there because I was like, all right, I gotta be a little bit more strict on myself. But the first one that I went with, gut feeling, I've never heard of this company before, but it's like I think it's like either Chinese or Japanese, I'm not sure, but called Fond Joy. They make like almost like Mafex type figures, right? Very like, most likely pretty expensive, really well done, amazing articulation, a lot of really cool accessories. So the first one I went with was the Nightmare Batman, baby. Batman wearing a trench coat with some guns. Are you freaking kidding me?
Jeez.
Dude. Are you kidding me? So that's what I went with at first, and I was like, swappable heads. It has 3 heads, I think. Like a regular face, kind of like an angry face, and the one where he's wearing like the, like, you know, whatever mask, bandana around his face with the goggles. God tier. And then I decided, I was like, all right, well, I'll make it a little bit more, you know, streamlined and then straightforward. So I just went with the BVS version of that. I think those are the best ones that I've seen. Same company,
Okay.
yeah. Because Mafex is really good. I think that looks good. McFarlane one isn't bad, but there's just something about, again, McFarlane that just is like, there's just something missing.
Yeah.
And I would rather it be way more comic accurate rather than being like, all right, let's do the Ben Affleck one. It'll be kind of like similar like it, but it'll be good enough to get the job done. Let's do that. This one is like, let's make it as close as humanly possible.
Yeah.
That's what I went with.
Okay, I mean, other than your taste in murder Batman aside, that's a great choice. All right, my journey with the character of Batman is a lifelong one, and it begins, well, it actually begins with Adam West, like most people, honestly. It begins with Adam West, but like the obsession begins with the first movie that I ever saw in theaters was Batman, 1989, Tim Burton Batman. As we sit here in 2025, that is not my favorite Batman movie. It does have just like a 10 out of 10 nostalgia, and I do love it, but I also see its flaws. I recognize the problems. He definitely uses machine guns in that movie.
He kills people in that
as
one.
well.
Yeah.
I don't, he attempts to. I don't know if he actually succeeds, but
I think he like didn't he like attach something to somebody and then like
he's got machine guns on the Batmobile. He's got machine guns on the Batwing. He does kill people when he like throws them down a stairwell. He doesn't kill them with a gun.
Okay.
So it is not my favorite Batman movie, but it is something that I absolutely love and in my heart and my soul. And I think that the Michael Keaton Batman suit is the coolest looking suit in, not just in Batman, in anything. Like, cooler than RoboCop, cooler than Terminator, cooler, whatever biped costume, Predator looks cool. Doesn't look as cool as 1989 Batman, I promise you. I actually think that Batman Returns is a better suit.
Yes.
Like, it has a little bit more, it's a little bit less replicating the human form and a little bit more of like armor.
Okay.
Than the 1989 one, but there's really not that many Batman Returns figures where you could pick that up and spot the differences. So we're talking about the Michael Keaton Batman 89, what's the best figure? Has anything had more figures produced of it? Maybe like Rey Mysterio or John Cena or something like that.
Okay.
There's so many of them. The McFarlane one is right behind you, and I almost went with that because I do think it's like a great representation of it, but it's crazy tall, because it's in the McFarlane. So what I ended up going with was the Kenner Batman
Classic.
The quick change Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
What you get is regular Bruce Wayne wearing like an Under Armour, and then you have the Batman suit that like clips over the top of him. So
a lot of loose figures of that.
Yeah. So instead of going with like accuracy, I went with playability and nostalgia, and like it still is sick. When you put the Batman costume onto the Bruce Wayne, it's still sick. It looks like a great Batman. For being a 1990 toy, it is awesome. Like, if I had this in my hand right now, I would be ecstatic about it.
Sure.
So this one was really, really tough for me. Like, I spent a lot of time thinking about this, you can probably tell, instead of doing my job.
Yeah.
But I can't get fired, so...
There you go.
Yeah, so I'm going with Quick Change Bruce Wayne from Kenner.
All right.
Up next is animated.
Okay.
Well, I'm very curious to hear where you went with this.
So... you know, I was like, let me just tap in internally and then go with the one that just like calls my name. And I found it because it was something that I had when I was younger.
Okay.
And I had to make it make sense because, of course, I want to go with Batman the Animated Series, the original ones. It was 1992 or 3 when that came out. Again, I was born in 92. So a lot of those toys, if I saw them ever, it was in passing.
Yeah, they were already secondhand.
Yeah, they were secondhand. They were at the toy. They were like in the sand whatever box or whatever, right? But the new Batman Adventures wasn't, though. Like, that would have kind of fallen into more of a like in my zone of toys. So I went with the new Batman Adventures, it's Kenner. New Batman Adventures, Detective Batman.
Okay.
That one just rings so true. And honestly, when I was looking it up, I want to say it was pretty cheap. I could be wrong, though. I think he was saying it was like $25 out there.
The Kenner Batman animated series figures are not crazy expensive.
Yeah, and maybe because it was the new Batman Adventures rather than...
And those are going to be a little less.
Which, speak my language, baby.
Yeah.
So I might even have to scoop that one just because it looks so good.
Yeah.
So
right.
that's
Good
mine.
call.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what I'm going here. Kenner, Batman the Animated Series, Combat Belt Batman.
Okay.
It's on the wall right above my head,
Yep.
right here. It is the most expensive thing in this room.
Yeah.
If the house lights on fire, the first thing I'm grabbing is Combat Belt Batman.
So I saw that one, and I knew you were going to say it, and then I saw the price, and it said $325, and I slowly I said, do you want me to close the door or leave it open? I'll go ahead and close it.
If the house lights on fire, I'm leaving the dog and the girlfriend. I'm grabbing Combat Belt Batman. I don't really think that anything that I love has been captured better. Like, there's something about Batman the Animated Series where it exists in a time period where cartoons are toy commercials. That's why they exist. We just got fortunate enough to live in the timeline where the people making this cartoon took it so seriously. But it was designed toys first, like everything else was. G.I. Joe, Ninja Turtles, He-Man, whatever. So the toys of it just line up so perfectly. And this Combat Belt Batman with his firing grappling hook and missile. He doesn't use a firing grappling hook and a missile in the show, but it's still just awesome that it comes.
Would if he needed it.
It's just awesome that it comes with it. The box art. I don't love it. I'm in love with it.
Of course.
I just adore it so much.
I don't think anybody out there would disagree with you.
Yeah. All right. Comic accurate. This one, when I sat down and thought to myself, what's the best comic Batman? I think I lost sleep over this. Like, that's a really tough choice. What did you come up with?
You know, I was doing this last night. Usually I'll do like my research and stuff on Thursday nights. It's, I don't know, it's just become ritual and I really enjoy it. Last night I was watching The Simpsons, putting this together. So it was kind of a nice
late breaking news.
I know, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so we're watching The Simpsons, putting this list together, and it was funny because one of my clients told me that they're going back and getting their master's in computer science, and that's what they're putting all their work in, and it's like, but I'm going home, I'm watching The Simpsons, and I'm doing research on Batman, and it's like, still, it's the same amount.
Getting your PhD in Batman.
Exactly. So, you know, this was I don't even want to say cop-out. It's just it just where my gut led me. Because when I see it, it just rings so true, and it calls me further and further into the abyss that is the Dark Knight. It's the NECA Batman versus Alien.
Okay.
That is the pinnacle Batman figure.
What is it, gray?
Yeah, it's like gray, blue with a yellow symbol.
Yeah.
And it's just like the aesthetic of it, the sculpt of it is so perfect to me. I'm like, there's just no way that I couldn't use that. I mean, there's obviously, you know, like my first initial thought was maybe a Alex Ross type Batman, something like that, because I love his version of Batman. But for some reason, like this one in particular, it was like, there's no way I couldn't use it. So that one's mine.
Okay, I was doing all sorts of mental gymnastics because the first thing I had to decide was what's my favorite comic book Batman look. And what I came away with was that Batman's like pizza. There's just there's hardly any of them that I don't love.
Right.
So then I had to really break it down into a macro level. I was like, short ears or long ears, oval crest or no outline on the crest, black crest or yellow crest, blue cowl or black cowl, gray suit or black suit, tall belt or small belt, trunks or no trunks, all of these factors. And then I had to kind of do like a flow chart in my head. And so, you know, you got your traditional blue, gray, yellow, love it, absolutely adore it. You got your primarily black, love it, absolutely adore it. You got your blue, gray, black, love it. But what I boiled it down to was Hush. So my favorite comic book artist is Jim Lee.
Okay.
And then once that popped into my head, I was like, okay, that narrows it down. And I went with the black and gray Hush because he's huge, jacked, short ears. And I went with the Mafex.
I knew it. So I saw that one and I was like, yeah, son of a gun's going to pick this.
Yeah, I had to
Good choice.
I had to go with the Mafex. He's massive. It's like got the dark wash so you can really see the muscles on it. It's got the big pouches on the belt, the short ears, the huge jaw, the like white eyes but not glowing white. Just this figure looks like when you go to sleep, it's gonna beat the crap out of all your other figures.
Yeah.
I just think that this thing looks so. The blue one is just as sick.
It is, yes.
But like I had to choose one, so yeah, I went with the Mafex, Hush, black.
It's crazy to know that the NECA one, the Mafex one, they exist and they are the most perfect depictions of Batman. I don't understand, and maybe like, you know, somebody in the toy industry could explain why one is so much more expensive than the other. I don't know really why like making them more articulated is more expensive. I'm not sure. Maybe there's like more science that goes into it.
I think a lot of it has to do with the detailing of the sculpt. Like if you look at a Mafex, first of all, the like musculature has way more time put into it. You also look at that it's not just painted, like the gray portion, right? Just the bodysuit. It's gray, then there's a black wash over it to create shadow.
Shadow, yeah.
That's more paint, that's more time, that's more, you know what
That's
I mean?
true.
So
But they look, I mean, but yeah, those look so good.
yeah, like just like the Mafex ones are not on my list because I don't want to go down a road where I start collecting stuff that costs that much money. I don't want a shelf covered in things that are that expensive.
Of course.
But that one is just like, oh my god, like that thing is like you see people posting pictures of posing it. It just looks like it wants to harm your other figure.
Yes.
Like it's like aware. I don't know.
Exactly.
It's so dope.
Completely agree.
So those are our Ultimate Countdown Batman figures. What are your Ultimate Countdown Batman figures? Get at us at Mighty Champions on Instagram, or you can send us emails. You can send your toy soldier figure flashbacks, mightychampionsafr@gmail.com. We had a pleasure talking to you guys today, and we will catch you down the road. Peace.
Out of the shadows he arrives, the guardian of the night. He's Batman. The Joker is struck again. Now he must face the Batmobile, a vehicle with immeasurable force and speed. Nothing can stand in the way of this unstoppable machine. You can run, but you can't hide, because Robin's cycle separates to surround you from all sides. Game over, Joker. It's time to fight crime. He's Batman. Batmobile vehicle. You put it together, 6-inch figures each sold separately. Money bag not included.